A blue bag. Sorry, blue bag. You guys chatted today? Okay. Oh, okay.
bump, set, spike. It's that simple, right? Prepare to be proved wrong as the nets have been hung and tightened. The balls have been inflated, and the hard work and preparation for Caribou County's 2016 version of high school volleyball is finally here. For the Cardinals, Grizzlies, and Cowgirls, the season last year was disappointing, with no team able to achieve the goal of a run to the state championship. But this season, each team has grown and will be looking to make the extra climb to reach the top. And KBRV 800 The Bear is going to be there every step of the way. Local volleyball is being brought to you on The Bear by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Now, buckle your seatbelts and prepare to join one of the fastest sports in Idaho at the high school level as Soda Springs, Grace, and North Gem take to the court under the watchful eye of your voice for Caribou County, Caleb Bergraff. It's time for volleyball on your home for all things Caribou County, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at MyLocalRadio.com.
And we are live at the Dragon's Den. Caleb Bergraff on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at MyLocalRadio.com. It's volleyball time once again. We're a little bit behind schedule, but the Lady Cardinals are not going to take that as any bad sign as the JV and C teams sweep the MALAD Dragons in their two matches preceding this one. That's right, the Cardinals are 4-0 against MALAD, looking to make it 7-0 as they take on the two-time defending state champions in a matchup they are hoping is very different than last year's at this point in time when the Cardinals were swept by these same MALAD Dragons. We have plenty to come here on the pregame show as we have a great standout student coming your way, as well as a chat with Cammie Tripp and Haley Ledbetter, one the head coach of the MALAD Dragons. The other one is one of the junior leaders for the Lady Cardinals. All that's coming up and more on today's pregame show as we get you set for tonight's matchup between the MALAD Dragons and the Soda Springs Cardinals on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at MyLocalRadio.com, live from the Dragon's Den.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
It's time to take a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs for September 15th through the 21st. And we start off with boneless beef chuck or eye of round roasts at $2.99 a pound. Grab their $10 mix or match bags with options like cantaloupe, Bartlett pears, Gala apples, oranges, pineapple, carrots, lettuce, cauliflower, or broccoli, and wrap it all up with a tasty treat from their bakery with a baker's dozen chocolate chip cookies. Buy one, get one free. That's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs. Welcome back out once again to the home of the MALAD Dragons on KBRV 800 The Bear as the Lady Cardinals look to try and should put a better showing onto the board than they did last year against these same MALAD Dragons. Before we get into that, though, we have a wonderful pregame show coming your way, and we started out, as we always started out, with a chat with one of our standout students from Soda Springs High School or from any of the regional high schools, depending on which one is being played. Today, it's a chance to sit down and talk with junior Jordan Neff of Soda Springs High School about how her junior year has been progressing and what her thoughts have been on her third year of high school.
Caleb Bergraff joined here with Jordan Neff from Soda Springs High School. And Jordan, you're a junior here at the school. How's the junior year been going so far?
It's kind of stressful, but I've had a lot of fun so far, so I'm excited for the rest of it.
You finally hit the upperclassman stage of high school. Talk a little bit about what it's been like getting here. What's high school been like for you to this point in time?
High school has always been really stressful for me, I think, but it's also been a lot of fun. I love my freshman and sophomore year, so I'm really looking forward to my junior year too.
Part of why it's been stressful is because you take some pretty hard classes. You were listing some off to me. Calculus is one of those, but what are some of the other tough classes that you've put yourself into?
I got myself through my honors math that I was able to do through high school, and I'm taking chemistry right now, which is kind of tough, but I'm looking forward to it. It will be fun.
What makes you want to get into the harder classes and make you push yourself, especially only as a junior? Because a lot of times you don't see people getting into those classes till their senior year.
I think that it will help me in the long run for college and for anything like scholarships. It will look good for scholarships and everything like that.
Who are some of your favorite teachers at the school that you really enjoy taking classes from?
I really enjoy taking classes from McMurray because he's very enthusiastic. I love Horsley because he's always been one of my coaches and he is very super encouraging for me. And probably Jensen. Some people say that he's kind of tough, but I think he pushes you and he has a lot of fun with you, so it's fun.
When you think about teachers, every teacher has their own different style when you walk into a classroom. What's a perfect teaching style for you? If you walk into a room and wanted a certain environment, what would it be?
I would say something that makes you feel comfortable. You're not afraid to answer anything, and it's not dead in the classroom. I mean, people are talking, like the teacher's interacting with you, and it's a lot of fun.
A lot of the classes that you've been taking have been focused on the medical field. That's something that you are interested in getting into after high school. What pushed you towards that type of a career and towards that type of an interest?
My mom was a nurse and she went to Bridgerland, so she kind of did, but not really. I mean, it's mostly been my own choice, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Let's talk a little bit about stuff away from high school now. Well, still in the high school, athletics. What pushes you to do athletics and extracurricular stuff?
I think that helps you teach life lessons because you learn teamwork and you learn how to get along with other people, and I really enjoy it. I just think it's a ton of fun.
You do basketball and track and field this year. What pushes you to those two in particular and not any other ones?
I love basketball because the coaches are awesome and because it's a sport that I've grown up with my whole life and I've loved every second that I've played it. And I love track because I think that that's one of my stronger points, and I love to sprint. I love to play with the team. Like, we all get to interact on the bus. We have a lot of fun on the rides and just waiting around, and there's so much support here, so it's a lot of fun.
That interaction seems to me like a big thing with almost every sport here at the school, and that kind of brings me into my last question. That's when you think about Soda Springs High School, what makes this school one that you enjoy coming to every day?
I think it's fun because you see people in the hall and everybody's super nice to each other, and there's so much support that we get from the student section in all of our sports. And in classes, if you have any problems, people are always willing to help you figure out the math problem that you can't get on your own. And I just think it's very supportive and it's a lot of fun.
Jordan, I appreciate you taking the time. Congratulations on being our standout student, and good luck as you continue on through the junior year.
Awesome. Thank you.
Big thanks once again to Jordan Neff of the Soda Springs High School junior class. We have an interview with Coach Cammie Tripp of the MALAD Lady Dragons coming up on the other side of this break on your home for Cardinals Volleyball, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
In the aftermath of a disaster, victims want to get their lives back in order as soon as possible. But if your home has been damaged, the last thing you want is someone taking advantage of you. Contractors who show up right after a storm may be fraudsters, out to make a quick buck off of your insurance claim. They'll promise anything as long as they can get you to sign a contract and hand over a payment. Know who you're dealing with, and remember, if you didn't request it, reject it. To report fraud, call us at 1-800-TEL-NICB, a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Check out my new time machine.
Does it work?
Hit the button.
Hey, it's Napoleon.
Oui. Check out the future.
Hey, you have a nice house. Why don't I?
You didn't save any money, buddy.
If only there was a way I could go back in time and fix that.
Yeah.
Save something for the future. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1,000,000. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org. ccpub.org.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Kayla Burgraff joined here with head coach Cammie Tripp from the MALAD Lady Dragons. And coach, it's a new year for you guys, and for you as a coach, you bring back some of last year's team, but it's really kind of a new team for you to bring up to the varsity level as well. What have been your thoughts on the way that they've performed this year?
You know, initially they had a hard time kind of coming together as a team. We have 3 seniors who have a lot of varsity experience, back-to-back state championships, and they all 3 found themselves on the court quite regularly in both of those seasons. And so for them to come back as the leaders their senior year and have younger girls on the court with them, it has been a bit of an adjustment for them, but I've been impressed with their leadership skills as they have stepped up to the call and they have embraced those younger girls and really shown them the ropes and I guess led by example to show them what it takes to be a championship team.
One of the other things I know about MALAD is you don't take it easy in the early season schedule. You like to challenge your girls, go into tournaments where you see 3A, 4A, 5A schools. What has been the reaction from the younger girls in particular going to those tournaments, and how much has that improved their play?
So, like you say, we go to the Peg Peterson every year, and I've been the head coach at MALAD. This is my 11th season, and in those seasons, I've coached some strong teams. And historically, we've gone to Peg Peterson, and on the Friday night when we've matched up in pool play, we play intimidated, and we play poorly regularly and find ourselves in the bronze bracket. We typically come out on top of the bronze, but this year, I just told the girls, you got nothing to lose. You go out onto the court and you just play hard and you play solid, and I want you to just work on improving, getting better on every play, and building that chemistry on the court. And we went on Friday night and we faced 5A Hillcrest and a 4A second state runner-up from Evanston, Wyoming, and Shelley defending 3A state champion. And we battled every single team. We took everyone 26-24, 25-23. We ended up in the silver bracket for only my 3rd time in 11 seasons coaching, and we finished 3rd in the silver bracket with a 5A, 4A. There were no 3As even represented, and we were the only 2A to be seen in that silver bracket. So for the girls to go in as a young team, and that being really our 3rd time really on the court as a team, I was super impressed and proud of the way that they played.
That fearless play is always something you love to see from the younger kids in particular, because you don't know how they're going to react. That brings me to my final question. Tonight you get a Soda Springs team. They've improved. They're under the 2nd year of Coach Thompson. What are you expecting from this team tonight to come out here with something to prove?
Yeah, we recognize that about Soda, that they were a young team last year, but they have a lot of potential and a lot of good girls coming back. And I know that you have some hitters who work year-round and who have been training to play, and they've no doubt have been looking at MALAD on their schedule and been looking at this date and want to prove something. And so for us, it's about stepping onto the court ready to play, not overlooking, not making any assumptions about what we think you'll be. We're just ready to play the best that we can and play our level and our style of ball, and we know that we're going to get a good matchup tonight.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to talk. We'll look forward to what should be a very good contest between these 2 teams and see what the district has to hold.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, We offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center, Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Kayla Bergraff joined here with Haley Ledbetter from the Soda Springs volleyball team. And Haley, the start to this season has been, I think, better than expected for a lot of people coming into the year. Not that they were expecting you to be bad, but growing pains are always expected, especially on a young team. What have been your thoughts on the way the team's come together and really rallied for a great start?
I think we've done so much better in the past because we're really meshing now and talking and motivated, and we really want to improve a lot this year.
How much does it help to have Coach Thompson there for a second year and have the team more comfortable with her?
I think it's great. We finally got into a groove now since it's her second year back. Everybody's moving well together, and it's just great. She's a great motivator and keeps us all going. Looking at the tournament that you guys just got done with, West Jefferson, a tough test, a lot of good teams there. You guys got a very tough bracket as well, Ryrie and Butte County. Butte County comes out, they beat you, they got a couple things to go their way, but then you bounced back and played well against Ryrie to get into the second place bracket. How important was it to get that win against the Bulldogs? It was a great win because even though we lost, we still didn't give up, and it was a great motivator to keep going and actually go away with the win. What did you learn from the Butte County match as well? We learned that we just need to learn how to finish a game out, and that they're a great team, that we can do better, and we did do better in the next game. In the bracket play, you guys handled North Fremont very easily. Then you took on Grace and were able to sweep them as well. To close out the tournament on such a strong note, did that also give you some confidence moving forward? It made us feel really good that we finished first in the bracket. We've never done that before this year, and it's a great motivator that we can take on big challenges and finish out on top finally. You guys also, against Grace, trailed 24-22 in the second set of that, and then came back to take the final 4 points of that match. What does that do for your confidence, and what were some of the keys in getting those final points? It shows that even under pressure that we still are able to pass and do what we're supposed to do in a game and finish it out strong and not worry about what the other team is doing, just do what we do. This week it's another busy week. You guys get Malad, then Marsh Valley. What are you looking for from this week, particularly with Malad coming up? I'm ready to show that we are good and we're ready to put up a challenge to Malad that I think we can do a really good job, and I'm ready for the challenge. With this being the opening district match, other teams I don't think have really had a chance to see you other than Aberdeen, who's been at the tournaments that you guys have been at as well. Are you excited to maybe make a statement to teams like Westside and show them that you guys are going to be a team to contend with this year? I am definitely very ready. I just want everyone to know that Soda Springs is a contender this year and that we're not just bottom burner. Who are some of the major leaders on this team this year? There's a lot of seniors on the team. And who are some of the girls that you've really seen step up into those leadership roles? Lexi Patterson, definitely a great leader. She's one of our team captains, and I've looked up to her a lot ever since she joined us on sophomore year. And then another one is a sophomore, Katie Sims. She's great, keeps everybody going and always consistent, makes it great teamwork and always talking. We'll wrap it up with this, and that's who do you need to step up in these weeks in order to get some big wins against Malad and Marsh Valley? The leaders are always there, but are there any other players that are role players that need to have big nights? I think we all just need to step up a little more and take on the challenge of taking on Malad. Everybody's expecting us to go down, but we need to show them that we're up for the challenge. Well, hopefully you guys will come away and punch the Dragons in the mouth. Hopefully you guys come away with some wins. Thank you so much. Thank you.
That was junior Haley Ledbetter, who was part of the team last year that was not able to come away with a win against these MALAD Dragons, but are hoping to have a better showing of themselves here tonight as they take on the ladies in black and orange. The Cardinals coming out in their red and black spandex will be coming out with their starting lineup. We'll come back with that on the other side of this break and on the other side of the national anthem as we continue to march our way towards the opening serve of tonight's battle between the Dragons and the Cardinals. The Cardinals heading into the Dragons' den on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you're 15 and pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. You're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him, but you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying adoption.
For more information, go to ichooseadoption.org.
I'm Miranda and I chose adoption.
Okay, forest animals, kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow, have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. River, how's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man.
I love it. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. Okay. Squirrel.
The forest has been preparing just for you. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Oh, hi. Right now, I'm getting a remarkably heartfelt bear hug from Smokey Bear. Thanks, big guy. Now, if you could let me down. See, I made sure there were no low-hanging branches when I set up my campfire. And before we left, I drowned out my campfire, stirred it, drowned it out again, then made sure it was cold. Visit SmokeyBear.com to learn tips to prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
And welcome back out to the home of the MALAD Dragons, the MALAD Pep Band, with a fantastic rendition of the national anthem as we move on to the starting lineups of tonight's matchup between the Soda Springs Cardinals and the MALAD Dragons. Starting lineups brought to you by Mountain View Dental. At Mountain View Dental, they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family. Good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff. For the MALAD Dragons, they are going to be starting off with their 8-person lineup, missing quite a few seniors from last year's team. They will be led by 2 of those seniors, Hannah Peterson and Emma Peterson, as their outside hitters. Sammy Williams wears the number 12. She will be in the middle and also on the outside a little bit, depending on where the rotation is at. Number 10 is Hallie Hanna, a sophomore, wearing the number 1, as the sophomore. Bayla Tripp is their number 1 setter. She is a freshman coming up and replacing her sister. A very tough job for her, and she is going to be wearing the number 4 while she does it. It's all wrapped up with sophomore Britlin Hubbard. She wears the number 13, number 10. The Lady Dragons starting 3 seniors, 1 junior, 2 sophomores, and 1 freshman in their starting lineup, much different from last year's squad. On the other side, for the Lady Cardinals, they will be looking to their starting lineup, which is shifted around just a little bit. Number 1 is Katie Franson. Number 7 is Reagan Yamauchi. Number 11 is Alexa Bartlome. Number 12 is Cedar Hopkins. Number 13 is Katie Sims. Number 15 is Haley Ledbetter. And number 16 is Lexi Patterson. Taylor Myers will be the libero, wearing the number 21 for the Lady Cardinals. Wearing their red uniforms, black spandex, white numbers with no names on the back or front. Black uniform for the libero and Taylor Myers. For the Lady Dragons, they are wearing the black uniform tops with orange down the sides, white stripes on each of the cutoff sleeves at the elbow, and Dragons written across the back in orange at the base of the uniform top. That is the black spandex for both teams, and both teams looking very sharp as they get set for the opening serve. Brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. At Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, Idaho, the small town pharmacy that gives you world-class service. Be sure to call them at 208-847-1421. It'll be the Dragons to open up with the starting serve in set number 1. To do that will be Brittany Hubbard, the sophomore, a tall sophomore, lined up in the back. MALAD still bringing plenty of height to their roster this year as that has always been one of their strong points. And it's going to be curious to see how Hannah Peterson and Emma Peterson pair up, the two seniors on the front line. Emma, the taller of the two, had more playing time last year. Hannah Peterson did get playing time last year as well, but was definitely one of the go-to players off of the bench for the Lady Dragons. It'll be Hubbard back to serve. Left to right, she will serve to get things going here in set number 1. And the opening of district play for the Lady Cardinals is underway with a short serve dug up by Patterson and outside of the reach of Reagan Yamauchi. She was trying to avoid running into the net, and it's an ace to open things up for Braitlin Hubbard. And the opening point goes to the Dragons. 1-0 they lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Hubbard's serve is over short, dug back over to the Dragons side. Tipped over the net and outside of the lines, though, by Bayla Tripp. And the error on the hitting attempt will go to her. She had a chance to set it, but Hannah Peterson's pass was a little bit outside of her reach. 1-1 now. The Cardinals with a point and with the serve as Haley Ledbetter will get set to line one over. Short serve, front row, bumped into the front. It'll be set up and hit to the left side. Tripp set it up for Emma Peterson, who went to her left instead of down line from the middle of the court. And it's an assist for Bayla Tripp. And the Dragons get the ball right back. It's 2-1. And back to serve now will be Emma Peterson. Holds the ball out. The senior lines one back row. Played up by Reagan Yamauchi. Katie Franson sets up Peterson. She lines one right off of Sammy Williams, who had the blocked position, but Patterson ends up with a fantastic hit. Katie Franson gets the first assist for the Cardinals, and it's a 2-2 match. Back to serve is Franson. Runs herself forward. Hits one into the net, though. The serve will not be a good one, and the Cardinals will give a point back over to the Lady Dragons. That's going to be something that they will have to avoid, is too many mistakes on their side of the court. Sends Bayla Tripp, the freshman, back to serve as the officials talking things over for a moment. I think they're having some of the cheerleaders move up outside of the side of the court. Ball served over. It'll be Patterson to Yamauchi. She sets up to the middle. Sims comes up, goes back line, and that is too strong off of the back line. Katie Sims could not quite keep it down. And the Cardinals will watch as the score is doubled up 4-2 early on in set number 1. Serve over by Tripp once again, dug towards the net, and Yamauchi can't get a clean play as Patterson was late coming up on the ball, rolls in front of her, and Bayla Tripp gets herself an ace. And it's 5-2 now, Malad on top. Cardinals needing to stop this run as Tripp serves one over. Patterson clean past Yamauchi. She sets it up at the net. Sims comes up, blocked at the net. A stuff by Sammy Williams denies Sims at the cords, and that one rolls back to the Cardinals side. It's 6-2 as the Dragons reel off the last 4 points. 3 straight serves coming from Tripp as she will line this one over back row. Patterson plays it up, clean past Yamauchi. Back row set for Ledbetter. Passed up to that too far. Tip back row, but it's going to be kept alive by the Dragons. Emma Peterson now comes down, dug out though, and the Cardinals, great scramble to get it back across. Played towards the net by Hubbard. Tripp sets it up middle, and a long back row shot will be played up by Ledbetter. Yamauchi into the near side, and Sims whiffs on a hitting attempt. Had the good set from Yamauchi, but could not quite time her run up correctly. Great play by the Cardinal, though, to expand that rally, and it's 7-2. Tripp to serve again. Serve over to the left side of the court, and that one is too far outside of the lines as Bailey Tripp comes up with a service error, and the Cardinals will look to try and take advantage. 7-3 now. They trail by 4 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Taylor Myers back to serve, runs up, lines one back row. Bumped forward by Emma Peterson. It'll be set up to the far side, and a two-hand tip goes to the back row. Right there, Ledbetter. Yamauchi sets it near side to Sims. Into the block and past the back line of the Cardinals. Another stuff at the net coming from Sammy Williams. She's got 2 blocks on the night already, and it's 8-3. The blocking game of the Dragons on fire in the early going. Hannah Peterson back to serve. The senior lines one back row. Played high into the air, but outside the lines. Yamauchi bumps it back inside, and it'll be tipped across by Taylor Myers. Bump forward. Tripp tries to tip one over. Tipped at the net by Cedar Hopkins, fresh into the match. Played up into the air by Myers, and into the net. They are going to say went Cedar Hopkins, as the freshman was too close to the net when she was up there, and it's her first net violation of the night. Cedar Hopkins, a late addition to the varsity this year. 9-3 now. The Cardinals down to the Dragons. The ball served over in front of Ledbetter, as again the short serves with topspin on them, a deadly effect right now coming from the Dragons, and Hannah Peterson gets the 3rd ace of the match for Malad. Another serve with a 10-3 score, high and short, played by Sims. Yamauchi sets it for Sims near side and tipped over the block, and a net violation this time is going to go against the Dragons. Hallie Hanna too close to the net on the tip, and Sims baited her into that and gives the Cardinals another point. It's 10-4. They trail by 6. Katie Sims to serve again. Runs up. First time for her, I should say, is Hannah Peterson to the net. Gets it to Tripp, who sets up Williams but is stuffed at the net. Cedar Hopkins gets the block. After having the net violation earlier, she denies Sammy Williams, and it's 10-5. The Cardinals needing a run here to get back in. As Sims, though, can't get the serve over the net. Her third hitting error of the night, if you count the other two. First service error, and it's 11-5. It'll be Hopkins back to Williams, back to serve. High serve, back row, played towards the net. Yamauchi, plenty of room, bumps it back for Cedar Hopkins. Back row, tip back to the Cardinals side, though, as unable to get a clean dig is Hannah Peterson. It's tipped back over the net by Ledbetter, and the Cardinals get themselves another point. It's 11-6. Still within 5, playing well, and checking into the match will be Katie Franson for Kaylin Lewis, as the rotation sees her come back to the front. Reagan Yamauchi moves to the back row, steps into a line serve to the back line. Hannah Peterson gets it to Tripp over to the far side and hitting this one into the block, but into the net once again go the Cardinals. And I believe this time it was Katie Franson who is into the net. It makes it 12-6, still being doubled up by the Dragons. And to serve this one is Hallie Hanna. Serve back row, it'll be Ledbetter into the rafters. Cedars sets it up for Ledbetter, who tries to topspin one to the backside. Set over to the far side once again. Hopkins goes out, or Hubbard goes outside of the lines. Couldn't keep it inside, and the Cardinals get back within 5. Moves Cedar Hopkins to the back row. Right-handed hitter, the freshman with her first serve, and she'll send one high and short. Bumped up by Peterson. It'll be set to the middle, and they're going to call a rotation mistake by the Cardinals. As Coach Thompson up off the bench, not sure what the rotation mistake was, as Bartolome will check into the match now. Cedar Hopkins looking to get back in as well. She will be the one Bartolome checks in for. She'll take a seat on the bench. Again, not sure where the rotation violation was, as it looked to me like they had been keeping on point. Either way, though, it will be a Malad point, 13-7. Big swing for the Cardinals in the opening. Back to serve, and a high serve back row bumped into the air by Katie Sims. Played by Yamauchi into the middle. Katie Franson goes back corner, punched into the air, and she picked the right spot. Goes right at Hallie Hanna, the sophomore, and Katie Franson with a smart kill, a two-handed tip, gives Reagan Yamauchi her first assist, and the Cardinals back within 5, 13-8, and Ledbetter to serve. Sends one back row, played by Emma Peterson. Set over to Peterson again. Hard hit, fired to the back line. The Peterson girls, I'll tell you this, they may play for the Dragons, but they are fun to watch when it comes to their hitting a game. That a hard kill, gets it to a 6-point lead again for Malad and moves it to the back row with Emma Peterson to serve. Line shot back row. Yamauchi keeps it alive. Ledbetter for a back row attempt. They're going to call a double hit, though, on Reagan Yamauchi, and that is her first mistake of the night as well. And the Cardinals give another point back to the Dragons. They lead by 7, 15-8, and Emma Peterson back to serve. Senior serves one over, back row, Yamauchi, clean pass to the front. It'll be Franson setting it up near side for Sims. Mishits the ball, played by Hannah Peterson, over to the backside. Hannah, another chance deflected at the net, but down in front of Reagan Yamauchi. Tripp, another assist for her third. And another kill for Hannah Peterson, who gets her second. 3 kills for the Dragons so far. 16-8, they double up the Cardinals. Short serve. Sims misplays the pass, though, digs it outside of the lines. Long run for Katie Franson, and an ace goes to the back line for Emma Peterson. That's her first. 17-8, now a 9-point edge for the Dragons, showing they are still the best team right now in the district, although the Cardinals playing them much better so far. The score is not indicated. Serve across. Franson sets up Patterson. Back row kept alive, though, by the Dragons as Tripp sets this one up for Hannah Peterson. Tipped at the net. Great block by the Cardinals set up, and Patterson gets another opportunity, but hits it into the net. Comes too far over the top, and Lexi picks up her first hitting error of the night. 4 hitting errors, 2 service errors for the Cardinals, and 2 net violations. The mistakes really helping out the Dragons. Ball served up and over. Franson bump sets it into the middle. Sims comes up, tips one at the block, dug back to the Cardinal side, powered down by Patterson. Sims now passes it back to Yamauchi. Set up for Sims. She'll top spin one, but it's played well by Hannah. Over to the far side, and into the block once again. Patterson with the block, goes far corner, can't keep it in. Dug back to the Cardinal side, but Patterson outside of the mark when she hit it, wound up, had the right target, but couldn't quite keep it inside the lines. A lot of action there as the Cardinals rallying well with the Malad Dragons. 19-8 though, the score sits as Franson frees one back across. Set to the middle, coming up and hitting one down, but tipped at the net again. Too far, blocked now by Patterson. She denies Bayla Tripp, and Lexi Patterson gets her second block, and the Cardinals get the ball right back, 19-9. Needing a run here to try and get some momentum for set number 2. Franson serves one over to the back row. Played up to Tripp. She'll set this one into the middle. Tipped across. Pancake saved by Franson, but it's not enough as it goes behind her and outside of the lines. The kill going to Brittlin Hubbard. And the assist to Bayla Tripp for her 4th. 20-9. The Dragons now up by 11. As Tripp will go back to serve. The freshman lines one back row. Played up to the front. Yamauchi back sets this one for Patterson. Into the block. Stuffed at the net by Sammy Williams. The senior teaming up with Hannah Peterson on that left side. And the two of them combined for a wall that the Cardinals can't find their way through. Back to Tripp once again. Serve up and back row. Played up by Ledbetter. Clean pass. Yamauchi gets it back to Ledbetter for a back row attempt. Soft hit though. Played back by Tripp for Emma Peterson. That's Hannah Peterson on the backside. Hits it off the block. Tipped at the net, but threw into a hole in the Cardinals defense. And it now moves to another point for Hannah Peterson. She's got 3 kills and a 5-assist night for Bayla Tripp, who serves it over once again. Back row. Sims gets it to Yamauchi, sets it near side, and Ledbetter will try a back row attempt. Too strong off of the back line. Brittlin Hubbard, watches that one sail past her, and another error for the Cardinals will make it a 23-9 match. Tripp to serve, sends one just over net. Short serve dug up by Ledbetter. Played into the middle, and a free ball comes over from Kaylin Lewis. Played by Hannah Peterson. Tripp sets her back up again, far side. Blocked at the net, but it goes outside of the lines. And another point over to the Malad Dragons as they lead 24-9. Hannah Peterson on a roll from her far side hitting position on the left. And it's up to a set point for the Dragons. Serve comes over, clean pass off the rafters though. Sims gets set up to the far side. Emma Peterson taps this one to Tripp, blocked at the net on an attempt. Now the ball's hit over, misplayed on the dig though by Ledbetter as the ball was punched across by Bayla Tripp. And again, the Dragons come out strong, 25-9 in the first set. Soda Springs needs a rally here against this Malad team as they played better than I think the score shows on the scoreboard, but the first set needs a rally. First set has been brought to you by Sanders Furniture. Come to Sanders Furniture and Appliance where they're continuing their Labor Day sale and offering rebates galore on their Lazy Boy recliners all this month. That's Sanders Furniture and Appliance, making your house a home. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
It's time to take a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs for September 15th through the 21st. And we start off with boneless beef chuck or eye of round roasts at $2.99 a pound. Grab their $10 mix or match bags with options like cantaloupe, Bartlett pears, Gala apples, oranges, pineapple, carrots, lettuce, cauliflower, or broccoli, and wrap it all up with a tasty treat from their bakery with a baker's dozen chocolate chip cookies. Buy one, get one free. That's a look at some of your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
Errors biting the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals in set number 1. 10 total errors in that set, 6 of them hitting, 2 of them service errors, and 2 net violations as well. And the Soda Springs Cardinals will look to rebound after a first set rally from the Malad Lady Dragons. Still smiles on the Cardinals side though, not necessarily too much pressure as they look to try and find a way to move themselves back into a more competitive match with this MALAD Dragons squad. For MALAD, they started out a little bit shaky. Their blocking game got them some points as Sammy Williams with 3 blocks in that set. But really it came down to the play of Hannah Peterson on the left side. Her 4 kills really started putting the Cardinals onto their heels. They also ended up with 4 aces in that set as well. So they will look to rally around those as well as the Cardinals' mistakes. And we'll see what two sides bring here in set number 2, being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. At Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick, and they carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier asks you to call them at 208-847-1421. Thank you for joining us here, by the way, on KBRV 800 The Bear. We hope that you stick around for the full broadcast, as well as our post-game show, and you can keep your ears out for your block of the game, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, where they have all of your prescription needs. While you're there, visit their gift shop for the perfect surprise for that special someone. It's Bear Lake Drug, the small-town pharmacy that gives you world-class service. The Cardinals will start out with the opening serve in set number 2. Haley Ledbetter will be in the back row to serve for the Cardinals, with Yamauchi, Myers, Patterson, Sims, and Franson on the court with her. Ledbetter waits the whistle of the official. Left to right, she'll run up from the far side of the court. Lines one back row, played up by Hannah Peterson. Set to the middle, and Hannah powers one through the block and down. Found the gap in between Lexi Patterson and Katie Franson, and gets herself her 2nd kill. 7 assists now for Tripp. And another serve coming up for Hubbard as she'll send one back row, top spin, but played well by Yamauchi. Franson sets up Sims. She tries to hit one across the net. Too far on the set as Tripp now sets one too far herself. A dive by Taylor Myers as that one lands inside. And Tripp, on what essentially was a mistaken hit, ends up giving the Cardinals another opportunity, giving the Dragons another point. 2-0 now on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and Hubbard to serve again. Top spin shot dug out in the back row. Franson bump sets it for a back row attempt from Ledbetter, but right to the hands of Hubbard. Tripp sets it up middle again. Emma Peterson drops one down, tipped at the net, and it falls in front of Katie Sims. Now Emma Peterson starting to warm up. She's got back-to-back kills, and the Dragons starting to pull ahead early in set number 2. 3-0 they lead as the top spin shot goes into the net for Britlin Hubbard. Only the 2nd service error for the Dragons, first one into the net, and it makes it 3-1. As Katie Franson will try and serve the Cardinals back into this match. Her serve to the near side, played up into the air. Emma Peterson gets it back as she'll hit one over to the far side. Up into the rafters, bumped up by Yamauchi, tipped over the net by Patterson. Kept alive, though, by Hannah. To the near side comes Peterson off of the back line, too strong. Hannah Peterson picks up her first hitting error of the night, and it gives the Cardinals their 2nd point, 3-2. Franson to serve again. High serve, back row, played forward by Hubbard. Bumped back into the middle by Tripp, and a free ball comes across outside of the lines, this time from Emma Peterson. The two Petersons combined for back-to-back errors, and the Cardinals get themselves back even, 3-3. And Franson to serve once again. Line drive into the net, and the service run comes to an end with Franson's 2nd service error of the match. 4-3. And it moves Emma Peterson back row to serve. Her sister takes up the only front row spot. Line drive serve long off of the back line, varies too strong. And that one gives her her first service error. 2 service errors in this set, and the Cardinals remain tied 4-4 over the Lady Dragons, as it will be Taylor Myers back to serve for Soda Springs, in for Lexi Patterson. Up to the line, Myers serves one. Line drive off of Emma Peterson and onto the backboard as Taylor Myers comes up with an ace. Big point there, and the Cardinals get themselves a lead, 5-4 early on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. In set number 2, Myers will skip her way up, lines one back row too far, and another service error. The Cardinals' service percentage not good tonight. 4 service errors already, and a score tied 5-5. Back to serve now is Tripp. She sends one up, played too close. Net jousted for Yamauchi, wins it, but the Dragons will keep it alive before a dig goes too far outside of the lines by Myers, and they get a point back as it was powered down off of Myers, I believe, on that play by Hallie Hannah. Back to serve is Tripp once again. Braley sends it across, bumped up into the back row. Yamauchi sets up Ledbetter. She spins one, stuffed at the net by Sammy Williams. She comes up with her 4th block already. It's 7-4. Sammy, the big middle, is a wall at the line for the Lady Dragons. Trip to serve once again with a 2-point edge for MALAD. Ball served up and over. Yamauchi at the net sets this one to the middle, and it's Sims going cross court. Emma right there to keep it alive. Set to Hannah, who misfires on a hit, doesn't even get it over the net. Rolls her eyes as she walks back towards her bench, and the score goes to 7-6 with the Cardinals back within 1. Trying to take advantage of some of the mistakes made by the Dragons now. Sims will run up, lines one into the net, but they're going to get a point. A rotation violation on the Dragons this time as they give a ball over to the Cardinals, and it's tied up at 7. Both teams with a rotation mistake now, and it's Sims once more to serve. Running up, skips one up and over. Played to the front row. It'll be Tripp to set it near side. Coming up, Hannah tips one over the block, but outside of the lines. Hallie Hannah comes up with a mistake now. The Dragons starting to show some chinks, and the Cardinals get a lead. It's 8-7 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard in set number 2. Sims again to serve to the back row. Played up into the air. Tripp sets this one up for a back row attempt from Emma Peterson. Over to the net it goes. Played by Yamauchi to the far side. Ledbetter goes back line. Hits it off of Emma. And the Cardinals get another point on Haley Ledbetter's second kill. Reagan only gets her second assist of the night. And the Cardinals get a 2-point edge, 9-7. Sims to serve. Miss hits the ball though and hits one into the net. That's her second service error. No kills yet and no aces yet for Sims. And the Cardinals lead trim back to 1. 9-8 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Hannah Peterson to serve. Lines one over. Good pass up to the net. Too far. Almost jousted and hit into the net by Sammy Williams. She went up to power it and overtimed her shot as the ball goes into the net, and the Cardinals get another attempt here. 10-8 now they lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Up by 2, and Yamauchi back to serve. Probably the most consistent hitter for the Cardinals when it comes to service. Sends one over to the far side. Tripp sets this one middle. It'll be hit at the net and drops down after the block. Sammy Williams gets the kill. Another assist for Bayla Tripp, who gets her 9th. But a good blocking performance set up by Cedar Hopkins at the net. But it couldn't work out for a point for the Cardinals. It'll be served over once again. Ledbetter forced a free one over to the back row. Hannah Peterson sets up Tripp, who sets one up into the middle for Emma Peterson, who mistimes it, gets the kill still as it rolls off the block and onto the Cardinals' hardwood. Emma Peterson gets her 4th kill, but I don't think she's happy with the hit as the score goes even 10-all here in set number 2. To serve one again, Williams. Back row, played up by Sims. It'll be Cedar Hopkins, middle set for Ledbetter. Tipped at the net. Mistimed the jump on the block as the trickery by Haley Ledbetter gets herself a kill. Her 3rd, and Cedar Hopkins gets her 1st assist. 11-10 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, and Hopkins earns the serve. Line drive bumped up into the air. High will be set by Tripp to the near side. Hard hit by Williams, but dug out back row by Sims. Played in the front row for Ledbetter. She goes backside. Williams able to keep it alive as Tripp bumps it forward, and it'll be hit off of the net and outside of the near side line by Britlin Hubbard. And the Cardinals come back and tie it up at 11. Or excuse me, get a 2-point lead, 12-10. It'll be Cedar Hopkins to serve. Tosses it high. A line drive to the back row. Too strong, though. And the freshman's service error will be her 1st of the night. 6 service errors for the Cardinals in less than 2 sets. 12-11, though. They lead over the Dragons. The ball back row. Patterson, clean pass. Gets it set to her again. And coming up to hit it. A double hit's going to be called on Reagan Yamauchi on her set attempt. Twice that's happened to her now. A little bit of an off night. But the Cardinals have cleaned up their hitting errors here in set number 2. 12-12, the score sits. Not for long, though, as Hallie Hannah serves one into the net. That's her 1st service error of the night, but it gives the Cardinals a 1-point edge, 13-12. And Haley Ledbetter will go back to serve for Soda Springs. Haley observes it, 2nd serve of this run. Lines one just over the net, dug up and right in front of Hannah Peterson. Haley Ledbetter pulled out the short serve, and a timeout taken by the Dragons as the Cardinals lead 14-12 over the MALAD Dragons, the defending 2-time state champions, on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. And set number 2 being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. At Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick, and they carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. That's Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. Call us at 208-847-1421. For the Cardinals, the big thing is they've cleaned up their mistakes in the 2nd set. You haven't seen as many errors coming from them, and that was the big thing I noticed after the 1st set, was really they just struggled with consistently finding ways to get the ball over the net. They ended up with 10 total errors plus a rotation violation in that first set. And when you give a team like MALAD 11 points, they're going to run away with it. In this set, however, they've had 3 service errors, but they have not had as many hitting errors as they did in that first set. Service errors you can deal with because it means you're getting the ball back over to your side as long as it's not every time. Here, though, they lead 14-12, and Haley Ledbetter will look to try and continue this run in the back row. Views the Dragons, who put 4 into their back line. Ball will be popped up by Hannah Peterson. Tripp sets this one to the near side, and it'll be tipped over and outside of the lines on the near side by Britlin Hubbard. Her 3rd hitting mistake as the sophomore in a little bit of a rut back-to-back on attempts by her. 15-12 now, the Cardinals with their biggest lead of set number 2. It'll be Ledbetter to run up, lines one back row. Hannah pops one into the air. It'll be Tripp setting one up for Hannah Peterson, but a back row dig by Taylor Myers sets up Yamauchi. Back line again by Sims, who gets her first kill. She shakes out of the rut, and Reagan Yamauchi gets her 3rd assist. 16-12, the Cardinals up by 4. It'll send Ledbetter back to serve. Once again, 3 serves, make it 4 now for Ledbetter. Dug back to the Cardinals' side. Up is Sims, and she hits one into the middle of the court on the right side of the Dragons, and no one responded. The back row didn't react, and Sims gets her 2nd kill. The Cardinals lead by 5. Talk about punching the Dragons in the mouth. I don't know if they expect to give up this many points in a set to these Cardinals. It'll be Tripp to the back row. Free ball sent over. It's going to be Patterson now picking on Hannah on the left side. She can't find it. Now Hannah Peterson hits one into the net. Hannah Peterson with 3 straight hitting errors. She is rattled, and the Cardinals lead by 6, 18-12. All on this service run by Haley Ledbetter. 5 straight serves for points. See if she can keep this run going. Lines one over to the back row. Hannah Peterson up into the front. It'll be Tripp setting up Emma. Tipped at the net. Bumped into the air by Franson. Yamauchi gets a set up now for Patterson. Blocked at the net, but right there Yamauchi set again. Blocked again. That was a fantastic point for both sides, as a couple of great digs, but a couple of better blocks by Emma Peterson. 2 blocks for her. That could be her block of the night. 18-13. Now the Dragons back with the serve as Yamauchi gets it to Franson. Sets this one up, and it's going to be a far hit by Sims. Dug up by Hannah, though. It'll be set by Tripp into Emma Peterson. Dug up by Yamauchi and played over the net by Franson, but outside the line. Give the kill there to Emma Peterson at the net. That's her 5th. Fantastic play, though, in the back row by the Cardinals to try and dig it over. 18-14, and another serve comes over from Hubbard. It'll be Franson. Tips one over the net. Right there, though, to play it is Williams. It'll be set to the near side. Emma Peterson dug back over, and into the net goes Bayla Tripp, and she comes up with another error as that one was dug too far, and the Cardinals get the ball back 19-14. And Katie Franson back to serve. High serve, back row, played up by Emma Peterson, tipped over the net by Tripp, and the Cardinals will play it well. Sims with a chance to hit from the far side, tipped at the net, bumped up into the air, and will be played by Tripp for a free ball from Williams to the back row. Ledbetter misplays the hit. Yamauchi, though, sets it up, and a middle free ball comes over from Ledbetter's. 3 Cardinals collided. Tripp sets this one up for Peterson. Mistimes her run-up, though, as Bayla Tripp, frustrated right now. She's not communicating well with her team, and that error goes on Emma Peterson, but more because I don't think she expected to get the ball. Cardinals back up by 6, does not last as Katie Franson serves it into the net for her 3rd service error. Cardinals still up by 5, though, 20-15 in set number 2 on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Back to serve Emma Peterson. Back line goes Patterson. It's over to Yamauchi, and Sims will get a chance for the back row kill. Played up well, though, by the Dragons, and a back line attempt on the back line comes from Sammy Williams to end the run of errors and give another assist to Bayla Tripp. 20-16. Cardinals up by 4 still, and Emma Peterson to serve again. Senior lines one back row. Played up by Ledbetter. It'll be Yamauchi to set up Sims, who mistimes her run up and has to free one across with a bump. It'll be Tripp to the near side. Hannah Peterson tips one across, jousted for, and it'll be Patterson into the net as she ended up trying to joust but was off balance when she went up for it and catches the net with her left hand. 20-17. The Dragons within 3. 3 straight points for them as Ledbetter passes it up to the net. It'll be set to Sims, tips one back line, played up by Emma Peterson, where Tripp sets it to the near side for Hannah, off the block, kept alive though, and the Cardinals will have a chance to free this one across from Myers. Good scramble as Tripp sets it again to the near side. Hannah Peterson again tipped at the net. Frustrating night for her, but now hits it into the net after the dig goes too far. Ledbetter dug it too far, but Emma Peterson again mistimed her hit, and she gets her third error. 21-17, the Cardinals looking to take a set from the Dragons. Taylor Myers back to serve once again. Looks things over, and the junior runs up as the libero sends it back row. Emma Peterson passes it to Tripp, scrambles to get it to Williams. Frees one across to Ledbetter. She'll set this far side for Sims. Comes up, hits it hard, off the net, off the block, and down. Katie Sims gets her third kill. Another assist for Reagan Yamauchi for 4. 22-17, the Cardinals back up by 5, answering right back. 3 points away from doing something they never did last year. That'll be a set to the net, tipped over, played up into the air by Myers for the Cardinals. Set to the far side. Sims hits the ball as she misplaced her run-up and hits one into the net. And that's her third hitting error to go with 3 kills. 22-18, still a comfortable position for the Cardinals on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Ball tossed up, and it'll be Tripp to serve it this time for the Malad Dragons. Yamauchi sets it far side. Cedar Hopkins mistimes as well now. The freshman with the mistake on the front row for her first service error or hitting error. And it's 22-19. 3 points on the board now to decide these two teams as a timeout taken by Coach Shawnee Sampson on the Cardinals sideline. Remind you that this set being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. At Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick, and they carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. That's Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. Call them at 208-847-1421. The Cardinals putting up a fantastic point, and while it hasn't all been their offense, the big thing they've been doing is forcing the ball back over to the Dragons. They've cleaned up the mistakes that they've made, and that has made such a huge difference as they're forcing the Dragons to have to play continual ball. And the shocking part to me has been who the errors are coming from, as 6 errors from Hannah Peterson and Emma Peterson on their side of the net have cost them 6 points, most of those coming in this set. 22-19 your score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. It'll be back to Bayla Tripp to serve once again. Stands in the middle of the court, orange and black Mizuno shoes with the black spandex and the orange and black uniform as she sends one back row. Played up into the air by Ledbetter. Yamauchi sets this one up for a back row attempt from Haley, and she's stuffed at the net again by guess who? Sammy Williams. 5 stuff blocks, and the Dragons back within 2. 22-20. Cardinals trying to close this set out against a very tough opponent. Ball served over. It'll be played up into the air to the far side. Cedar Hopkins at the net, tipped up into the air and can't dig it over. Another block. This one teamed up on by Hallie Hanna and Sammy Williams. And they get their 6th and 1st blocks respectively. 22-21 to a 1-point match. Ball served over, and this one too strong off the back line by Bayla Tripp. Thought she might have done that in her last one too, but is played forward by Alexa Bartolome. The Cardinals will survive that. 23-21 they lead as Katie Sims serves one over. And Hannah Peterson sets this one up. It'll be hit back line, but right there is Sims. Yamauchi sets it up for Ledbetter. Comes up, hits one back row herself. Played up by Hubbard. Tripp sets it near side, and it'll be hit down, but kept alive by the Cardinals. Over to Ledbetter, far side, tipped at the net, diving to keep it alive, but hitting it out of play is Britlin Hubbard. Haley Ledbetter gets her 4th kill. Another assist to Yamauchi. She gets her 5th, and the Cardinals have set points in the 2nd set, something I don't think anyone would have expected if they're wearing orange and black tonight. But the Cardinals, they've played with a lot more confidence later on as this year's gone on. And I'll tell you what, you don't get to 6-1 if you don't have the ability to go on rallies. And that's what this team has done. Once again, the errors have been fixed. I cannot stress that enough on how much that has affected this team and how much better you can play when you force the ball back to the other team over and over again. That last point was evidence in that set. 24-21, the Cardinals lead, but don't get too excited. They have to close it out. 3 points for the Dragons to try and get as the Cardinals have the serve. Katie Sims to serve. As the pep band was playing, Sims will now get a chance to run up, serves one up and over back row. Played forward towards the net, too far to the net, and Sims aces it out. The Cardinals take set number 2, 25-21 over the Malad Dragons, the 2-time defending state champions. We'll take a break, come back after this with set number 3 on Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboards, and Cardinals tied up 1 set apiece here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Something that has not happened for the MALAD Dragons in District 5 play in the last at least year and 2 matches has just happened. The Soda Springs Cardinals take a set from the MALAD Dragons. It is 1-1 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as we head to your 3rd set, brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply. At Bassett Building and Supply in Soda Springs, they provide a wide variety of building supplies, including lumber, paint, hardwood, and much more. Call them today at 208-547-3804. Go get them, Lady Cardinals. Now, for the Cardinals, the big thing is don't get too happy. You still have plenty left to play for here. You're not done yet. Just because you won a set, you got 2 more left to go to try and close this one out. As the Dragons will have the opening serve in this set. Still smiles on their side, but definitely I think a lot more smiles on the Cardinals side than they had before. As 1-1 your score sits. The opening serve of this set is going to be brought to you by Bear Lake Drug at Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. The small town pharmacy that gives you world-class service wants you to give them a call at 208-847-1421. Give them a call today. Well, probably not today. I don't know if they're open today, but give them a call tomorrow or anytime you have something that you need. Cardinals set to receive the serve from Hubbard as she sends one left to right. Dug up by Ledbetter. It'll be Yamauchi setting it near side. Patterson comes up, hits it in net, blocked though, and the Dragons calling for an into the net. They're going to get the call on 4 hits as Lexi Patterson called for a hitting error. It was a late whistle by the officials, but I think they did get it right as Hubbard will serve this one across. Left to right, back row, played up by Ledbetter, just off of the rafters. Yamauchi sets it up for a back row attempt from Sims. Hard shot, dug out though, played into the middle. Emma Peterson tips one across into the block. Cardinals punch it right back. Tripp sets it now to her sister Hannah. Blocked at the net, this time by Franson, who stuffs it back, and a frustrated Hannah Peterson pops it twice. Katie Franson with her first block on the outside, and it's all knotted up at 1 apiece here in set number 3. It'll be Ledbetter back to serve once again. Skips up, fires one over, back row, played by Hannah Peterson. Tripp sets it back up to her far side, blocked again at the net, punched into the back row, and Tripp has to free one across. Sims to Yamauchi. She'll set it to the near side where Katie Sims again goes back line. Katie Sims with her 4th kill. Another assist for Reagan Yamauchi, and the Cardinals lead it 2-1, and definitely some frustration starting to leak out on the Dragons' postures. Ledbetter to serve, lines one over, played towards the net, Tripp over to Hannah Peterson, and a lift is going to be called on the Dragons on Bayla Tripp as her 3rd error of the match. And again, all this a shock, I think, to a lot of people here in orange and black. The Cardinals trying to keep the punches coming. Ball sent over. It'll be misplayed. Bumped into the back row. And another line violation, this time on Bayla Tripp. But you can attribute that back to the serve coming from Ledbetter as Bayla Tripp gets her first net violation, line violation. 4-1. The Cardinals up by 3. And Ledbetter to serve again. Surveys. And the junior sends one back row. Hannah Peterson gets it to Tripp. Over to Hannah, and she'll hit one back line. Too strong again. Hannah Peterson, 4 errors to go with her 4 kills. I don't know if you could say that all last year. And the Cardinals up by 4 in set number 3. 5-1. And Ledbetter back to serve. She'll line one back and over. Hannah Peterson, good pass to Tripp. It'll be set to the middle. Emma tries to go back row right there, Ledbetter. Reagan Yamauchi sets near side to Sims, kicks back row again, but right there Hubbard at the net, tipped up and across. Myers tips it over, then it's hit too far to the left side on the line though, and coming up with that one is Emma Peterson. Gets her 6th kill on a smart play to go where the Cardinals had over-adjusted. Still, Cardinals lead by 3, 5-2 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Emma Peterson to serve as the senior lines one short. Bumped up by Yamauchi as she collides with Ledbetter. Set by Patterson, and a Yamauchi free ball just makes it over the net. Tripp sets this one up for Peterson, and Emma hits it on the line on the near side. Good kill going cross court. That's Hannah Peterson actually, and the Cardinals up by 3. Ball sent back by Tripp, and it'll be Emma Peterson to serve once again. 5-3 Cardinals lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, tied 1 set apiece. Ball served over. Yamauchi gets it to France, and she sets it for Sims, who tries a back row attempt to Emma Peterson. To the far side, Hannah gets set up, blocked at the net, and it drops down. Hannah Peterson starting to find a little bit of a rhythm once again and gets herself a kill. It's 5-4. The Dragons with 3 straight points in set number 3. Emma to serve again, lines one over. Dug back over to the Dragons side. Hannah plays it up to Tripp. She'll set this one over for Emma Peterson. Dug down, but kept alive by the Cardinals, and Patterson tips one over. Hannah Peterson gets it back after a set from Tripp. Hits one long, and a tip at the net, though, by Katie Franson will give another kill to Hannah Peterson, and another assist goes to Bayla Tripp. 5-5, the Dragons showing that they can bounce back as well. All knotted up here, 10 points in. Serve comes over. Dug by Yamauchi. Franson at the net sets this one up for Patterson. She tries a hard hit down. It's off of the rafters and dug too hard into the air by Hallie Hannah. Lexi Patterson gets her 2nd kill on another assist by Yamauchi, and the Cardinals keep the lead. 6-5. Up by 1 as Katie Franson will go back to serve. She'll sub out, though, as Caitlin Lewis will check in to serve. Part of that because Franson has 3 service errors in the match so far. So Lewis moves into the game to serve. The senior moves to the back row. 6-5 Cardinals lead. She runs up on the right side, sends one up and short. Bumped up by Hubbard. Tripp will bump set this one for a back row free ball from Hubbard. Patterson clean past Yamauchi. Set to the near side. Sims comes up, goes back line, and tipped on the back line by Hubbard. She sent it right at her, and she couldn't get out of the way. Katie Sims after a rough start with 5 kills, and the Cardinals up by 2, 7-5. On the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Lewis goes back to serve again. Runs up, lines one up and across, dug up towards the net to the Cardinals side, and a miscommunication. Myers and Sims talk to each other almost too much, and the dig to their side will not come to fruition, and it's 7-6, back to within a 1-point game. Bayla Tripp will serve it over. Short serve at the net, jousted for Yamauchi, goes against Hannah Peterson, who says, I'm tired of y'all. And she stuffs it back down in the face of the Cardinals sophomore setter. 7-7 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And Tripp to serve again. Rocks into a serve, line drive, back row. Played by Sims. Yamauchi now sets it near side for Ledbetter. She goes back line too far from a back row kill. Didn't get on top of it enough. Her 2nd hitting error of the night to go with her 4 kills. And the Dragons back up by 1, 8-7 in a tight 3rd set. Tripp to serve again, short serve, played by Ledbetter, too far. Hannah Peterson gets it to Tripp, back to Hannah Peterson. Carmen! Jeez, oh wow, that's a hard hit. She had time to cock the arm back on that one, gets her 5th straight kill, and a 16 assists now for Bayla Tripp. 9-7, the Dragons up by 2. Bayla Tripp will again get another chance to serve from the back row. Steps into it, lines one over, too strong off of the back line. The service error ends all of that, and the Cardinals will get the ball back down by 1, 9-8 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, giving the Dragons a fight. Myers again to serve. Skips into one, lines one over, back row, dug into the air. Tripp sets this one far side. Hannah comes to drop one down, but right there Myers. It'll be set to the near side, but Yamauchi runs into Cedar Hopkins, and a double hit is going to be called on Reagan Yamauchi, as the miscommunication cost the Cardinals a point and the serve. 10-8, 2-point lead for the Dragons as Hannah Peterson sends one over. Dug up into the air by Ledbetter. Yamauchi sets it middle for Sims, goes back row, but right there the Dragons keep it alive. Far side, Hubbard drops one short. Looked like she was going to go hard. Instead, it hit it, but just went line drive down at the 3-meter line and gets her 2nd kill of the match. 17 assists now for Tripp, and it's a 3-point lead for the Dragons, 11-8. Hannah Peterson, short serve, bumped into the air. A diving Hopkins couldn't get there in time, And Hannah Peterson starting to feel a bit more of a groove. 9 kills and 2 aces as the Cardinals will take a timeout. Down by 4 as they've watched the Dragons bounce back and score 11 of the last 14 points. We'll remind you that this set being brought to you on KBRV by Bassett Building and Supply. At Bassett Building and Supply in Soda Springs, they provide a wide variety of building supplies, including lumber, paint, hardwood, and much more. Call them at 208-547-3804. Go get them, Lady Cardinals, as the Cardinals have tried their best, continuing to fight against the Malad Dragons 12-8. They're within 4 and have taken a set from the Dragons tonight. 25-21, they took the second set from the Malad Dragons. As Hannah Peterson moves to the back row, she will be serving. The Dragons on the court have Hannah Peterson, Emma Peterson, as well as Bayla Tripp. And on the front line, they send Hallie Hannah, as well as Sammy Williams and Britlin Hubbard. 12-8, Dragons lead, and back to serve is Hannah Peterson. From the right side, from her point of view, serving left to right on your video screens and radio dials in the black uniforms. Served over, short, Ledbetter with the pass. Yamauchi sets it up for Sims. She tries back line again. A reaching save by Hannah Peterson. Emma gets it to Hubbard, who frees one across. Good scramble. Cardinals get a chance on offense again, though. As Sims comes up, goes back row again. Right there's Hannah Peterson. Set to the net. Coming up, Hubbard blocked at the net. They're going to say into the net, though, went Cedar Hopkins. And that's her second net violation. Cardinals cost another point on what was a good rally, 13-8. And again, Hannah Peterson to serve. Steps into one short serve up by Ledbetter. It'll be Yamauchi. Sets it up for Hopkins, and she mistimes everything and can't get it even to the net, as that is her second hitting error of this match. 14-8 now, a 6-point lead for the Dragons, biggest of this set. Hannah Peterson to serve again. Line drive back row. Hopkins off the rafters, kissed him as Yamauchi sets it up for Sims. Goes back line, finds Hannah Peterson out of position, and Katie Sims gets her 6th kill for the Cardinals. Another assist for Yamauchi's her 9th. 14-9, Cardinals end the run and get the ball back onto their side. And Katie Sims will look to try and start another rally for the Lady Cards. Katie runs up, lines one back row, played up by Hannah Peterson. Clean pass to Tripp. She sets it far side and hit down by Hubbard, but the Cardinals right there to play it up, and a free ball comes across from Bartlome. It'll be set up into the middle again for Tripp. She sends Williams a chance. Tipped around on the Cardinals side, but Williams able to find the right person to pick on in Ledbetter, and Sammy gets her 3rd kill of this match. 15-9 in set number 3. We will be going to a 4th set. Cardinals tied 1 set apiece with the Dragons. Ball served over. Clips the net. Ledbetter. Good adjustment to Yamauchi. Back row attempt, and it's Sims going back line. Corner on the left side. Katie Sims gets her 7th kill. Another assist for Reagan Yamauchi, and it's 15-10. The Cardinals sticking within 5 points, getting to double figures twice now, as Franson will check back into the match on the front row, and Kaylin Lewis will come in and take a seat on the bench. Yamauchi moves to the back line for the Lady Cards. Steps into a serve and sends one over. Bumped up by Hubbard. It'll be set by Tripp for the middle. Emma Peterson tips one short, but Yamauchi adjusts. Franson sets back line, and it's Myers who runs this one into the net as she was off balance when she went for her hit, and the Cardinals give another point back over to the Dragons, 16-10. And once more to serve is Hallie Hannah. Serves it over. Played up into the air. Yamauchi gets it to Bartlome. Into the middle. Ledbetter goes back line. Off Williams. Kept alive, and a free ball comes over the net. Saved by Yamauchi. Sims. Back row attempt. This time for Ledbetter. Frees one into the Dragons bench. Ledbetter hit that one. I think Myers might have been the better one as she had a run up to it, and Ledbetter was not pointed in the right direction. Makes it 17-10 in set number 3 as Hallie Hannah sets one across again. Played up into the rafters off of the off of the flag banister, and drops back. A terrible bounce for the Cardinals. Gives an ace to Hallie Hannah, as that will go as her 1st. The Dragons' 6th. Served over again. Played by Yamauchi. Bartlome sets it near side. Coming up, Franson mishits. The Cardinals starting to see the errors creep back out, and they're starting to see the Dragons take control once again. 19-10 they lead in set number 3. Hallie Hannah to serve. Lines one over, bumped up by Yamauchi. Bartlome bump sets this one, and it'll be set for Ledbetter. Back row she goes to Williams. played into the front row, and a chance for Hubbard, but Myers right there to keep it for the Cardinals. Soda Springs sets it to Ledbetter. She'll go back row again, and the Dragons corral against each other. Cardinals dive to keep it alive. Bartolome goes back row, too far though on her hit, and it drops down off of the line as she picks up an error as well. And it's 20-10. Cardinals down by 10 points to the Dragons as they start to pull away here in set number 3. One set apiece, though. Cardinals avoiding a sweep so far, and Hallie Hanna will serve it again. Back row played by Ledbetter. Into the rafters, but kept alive as it'll be Hopkins setting up Ledbetter off the block. That ends the run. Haley gets her 5th kill now, and Cedar Hopkins gets her second assist. 11-20. Cardinals down by 9, trying to build some momentum once again for the 4th set. Ball served over by Hopkins. Back line. A diving late Williams could not get there in time. Cedar Hopkins gets her first ace, and the Cardinals back with an 8, 20-12. Needing a big run here. This set not out of reach yet, and Hopkins will try and keep this run going. Lines one back row. Hannah Peterson gets it to Tripp, middle of the court. Emma tips one over. Nobody there to adjust, and Emma Peterson with the smart kill gets her 7th. Another assist goes to Tripp. She's bordering on 20. She's got 19 now. Goes back to Hubbard to serve. Through another rotation. Second full rotation starting for the Dragons. Back row, Ledbetter gets it to Yamauchi. Set to the net. Franson tips one short. Punched long to the back line. A smart play by Emma Peterson. I don't know if she was just targeting it or just getting it across, but she adjusted to the tip well. Back to a double-digit lead for the Dragons. And another back row attempt from Britlin Hubbard to serve. Left to right, she sends one. High serve, back row, played up by Sims to the net. Yamauchi sets this one near side for Patterson. Dug out though by Hannah. Into the middle of the court, free ball comes across where Myers gets it to Yamauchi once again. Set to the near side, coming up. Ledbetter goes back line on the left corner. Haley Ledbetter gets her 6th. Another assist for Reagan Yamauchi, and the Cardinals will not go away. 22-13, and Ledbetter moves to the back row once again. Surveys the court in front of her, skips her way forward, goes back line, dug too far to the right side, and Ledbetter an ace. Her 2nd ace, in the Cardinals back with an 8. 22-14. Proven they can play with the Dragons as they are down 8, but still fighting here in set number 3. Ledbetter again to serve. The junior runs up, high serve, short serve, played by Hannah. Into the net. She goes far side, blocked at the net. Clean block by Patterson and Franson. The two of them combined. I didn't see who got it. I think it was Katie Franson on that block for her 2nd. 15-22. The Cardinals back within 7. Creeping up on the Dragons here in set number 3. As Ledbetter looks to serve once again. She led the long rally last time, and this one will come to an end short as she sends the serve short and into the net. 23-15. Pressure time for the Cardinals to keep this set going as Emma Peterson goes back row. The senior looks things over, tosses the ball up, and now lines one back line of the Cardinals. Yamauchi to Franson, who bump sets it near side for Sims. She tries one off the block, gets it to drop down off Sammy Williams. Katie Sims with 5 straight kills without an error. Franson gets her 2nd assist. The Cardinals stay within 7, 16-23, and it'll be Kaylin Lewis to check into the match for the Cardinals as the senior moves to the back row. Steps into this one and lines one back line. Too strong off of the back line. Lewis picks up her first service error. Not too far. It was actually only a couple inches off the back line. The Cardinals keep themselves alive if this. It's set point, 24-16. Ball served over by Tripp, sent to Yamauchi. She sets it into the middle of the back row for Sims. Dug towards the net, punched back across. Cardinals with another chance. Set by Yamauchi into the middle. Patterson stuffed at the net. Sammy Williams has been on fire. 7 blocks. Closes out set number 3. 25-16. The Cardinals rallied, but it was too little too late after digging a big hole. We'll take a break. We'll come back for a, I think, surprising set number 4 on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. This third set has been brought to you by Bassett Building and Supply. Cardinals down 2-1 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what mylocalradio.com has for you.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center, Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the MALAD Dragons. 2-1. They lead over the Soda Springs Cardinals as we set to your fourth set. Want to remind you to stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll give you all of the stats and our full recap, as well as bringing you our block of the game brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. Also your set of the game brought to you by Stoddard Farms. At Stoddard Farms, they remind you that September means potato time. If you're not sure if you need russets, reds, or Yukons, you can visit their website at stoddardfarms.com and follow the link to learn which variety is best for your needs. Cardinals looking to try and rebound. They'll have the opening serve of this fourth set. Haley Ledbetter will be doing the serving. As on the court for the Cardinals, it'll be Yamauchi. Myers comes on for Cedar Hopkins with Patterson, Sims, and Franson on the front row. As Ledbetter moves to the back line, looks to serve this one left to the right to the ladies in black and orange, the MALAD Dragons, the two-time defending state champs. Ball bumped towards the net. Tripp sets this one up for Emma Peterson, tipped over and dropping down onto the hardwood after a diving save by Katie Sims. Comes up just short, and Emma Peterson gets her 9th kill on another assist by Tripp, her 20th. 1-0, the score sits over the Cardinals on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Franson sets up Patterson. She tips one over. Dug back to the Cardinal side. Yamauchi plays it to the middle. Franson bumps one back across to the Dragons. Played by Hallie Hanna. Tripp sets it near side. Emma Peterson drops one short of the back line again, finding the holes in the Cardinals' defense. That time it's, Hannah Peterson coming up with a kill as she finds her 10th of the night, hitting double figures. Another serve comes over to the back row. It'll be Ledbetter to Franson. Far side Sims comes up off the block, bumped up into the air though. Tripp sets it near side. Hannah Peterson, tries to go off the block. Franson gets a good set for Ledbetter, who flies it to the back line. Williams to Tripp into the middle. Emma Peterson this time hits into the net. It goes, and the Cardinals will get another point. 2-1. They are down by 1 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard with their second serve as Katie Franson moves to the back line to serve herself. Steps into one, lines one over, back row. Dug towards the net too far, jousted for, bumped up into the air again and freed over by Hubbard. Ledbetter gets it to Yamauchi. She sets it into the far side where Sims goes back line. Dug up though, clean play from the back line. Set up for Hallie Hubbard. She sends one back row of the Cardinals. Ledbetter to Yamauchi. Over to the far side. Sims tipped at the net. Kept alive, though, by Hannah Peterson. Set back for Hannah Peterson. Blocked at the net, but down it goes onto the Cardinals side. Hannah Peterson, again, just shaking up how she's attacking them and comes up with her 11th kill now. Franson checks out. Bart LeMay will check into the back line for the Cardinals as she will check in for the former server. 3-1, Dragons lead, and the serve comes up and over. Patterson to Yamauchi, sets it up for the middle. Sims comes up, blocked at the net, stuffed again by Sammy Williams. 8 blocks for Sammy Williams, 11 blocks in the match by the MALAD Dragons as their play at the net has been fabulous. 4-1. And Emma Peterson goes back to serve. Line shot back row, just a smidge off of the back line. Very close call there as that service error gets the Cardinals another point. It's 4-2. Taylor Myers will again look to serve. She'll skip herself forward and lines one over to the left side. Dumped up into the air, played by Tripp to the middle, and Hubbard frees one across. Hopkins to Yamauchi. Sets it up for Sims on the far side. Tipped at the net and outside the lines. Sims another kill, 6 straight without an error. She's got 9 kills in the match, leading the Cardinals' attack, and only 3 errors to Sims' credit as well. Myers will once more serve as the junior moves to the back row. Runs up, lines one back row of the Dragons. Hannah Peterson looking to get it set back. Will from Tripp drops one in front of Ledbetter, whose feet got caught in quicksand as Hannah Peterson gets her 8th straight kill without an error. and 12 now on the night. 5-3. Dragons back up by 2. Stepping up and hitting one over is Bela Tripp. Set up to the net. Yamauchi sets it up for Sims. She'll tip one into the middle. Diving to keep it alive on the far side is Tripp set up, and a kill comes down by the play of Peterson. And they're going to actually say into the net on Reagan Yamauchi on the blocking attempt. And that's her first net violation. Goes back again to Tripp to serve. She sends one over. Ledbetter to the net. Yamauchi tips one over the block and back to the Dragons' side. Tripp sets it near side for Hannah Peterson. Off the block, kept alive by Sims and freed back line by Ledbetter. Good scramble by the Dragons. Gets another set for Hannah Peterson, who goes left corner and drops it down. Going line. That's something fun to see from a hitter, is when they go line instead of cross court, especially at the high school level, because it's not something that they're always comfortable doing. There's less room to hit that ball down to. This time a ball served over. Pancake saved by Sims. They're going to say a point over to the Dragons, though, on a double hit by Ledbetter on a free ball. And Haley picks up her 4th error in this match, making it 8-3. The Dragons already on a run. Served over by Tripp. Ledbetter to Yamauchi, sets it over to the far side for Cedar Hopkins, goes cross court on the line. Cedar Hopkins, the freshman, finds her hitting strength and powers one down to where nobody was on the Dragons side. It's 8-4, the Cardinals sticking around. Sims moves back to serve once again, skips her way forward and lines one back row, played towards the net, set to the middle where Hannah Williams goes to the net, and that's Sammy Williams denied on the block being put up by Yamauchi and Hopkins. Hopkins gets that one. 8-5, the Cardinals within 3, and the ball served up and over again by Sims. Set to the near side and going back row long off of the line is Hallie Hanna for her 2nd hitting error. And the Cardinals back within 2, 8-6. Sims will again run up and serve. Short serve bumped forward. Will be played at the net by Tripp for Hannah Peterson. Again blocked. A solo block for Cedar Hopkins. She took on Hannah Peterson at the net and says, I'm a freshman and I ain't scared of you. 8-7, the Cardinals back within 1 in set number 4. It'll be Sims to serve. Skips up and lines one back row. Bumped up, misplayed. Hannah Peterson frees one into the middle, and Williams will free one across. Bartlome into the air, set up for Yamauchi, and she finds Sims, who comes too far underneath the ball and sails it long. Ends a run of 6 straight kills without an error and gives the Dragons another 2-point edge. 9-7, they lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Hannah Peterson sends it across. Misplayed by Bartlome, a diving save by Yamauchi, but she can't get there in time, and Hannah Peterson gets her 3rd ace to go with her 12 kills on this evening. 10-7, 3-point edge for the Dragons. Hannah to hit again. She'll send one over and short. Dug back to the Dragon side. Williams rises and finds the opening in the courts and drops one down. Sammy Williams gets her 4th kill. 11-7 to a 4-point lead now for the Dragons. Serving right to left, Hannah Peterson once again. Tosses it up, line drive, back row. It's Bartlome to Yamauchi. Set into the middle for Cedar Hopkins. Drops one down, high into the air to the near side. Dug back to the Cardinals, inside the antenna. Ledbetter to Yamauchi. Dumps one over, pipped across the net, punched back over to the Dragons. The two of them playing a little game of badminton before finally Hopkins hits one across. Tipped back over to the Cardinals side by Williams. Yamauchi sets one up, far side. Ledbetter tipped over again, played up into the air by Hubbard. Williams now goes for the dump and lifts it up and over. Williams, maybe fatigue showing there. I think it would have been better if she tried to set up one of her teammates. Instead, went for the kill, and the Cardinals take advantage. 11-8, the Cardinals back within 3 on the Dragons here in set number 4. It'll be Reagan Yamauchi to serve. Cardinals going left to right. Yamauchi stands outside of the student section as the ball served and mishit off her fingertips into the net for her first service error of tonight. 12-8, back to a 4-point edge for the Dragons. The Cardinals hanging around, though, not letting them get too far away as Williams goes back row to serve. Lines one just off the net cords, and that throws off Katie Sims as Sammy Williams gets an ace. That's her first, and it's 13-8 here in set number 4. 5-point edge for the Dragons. Williams tosses it up, lines one over, down in front of Katie Sims. And another ace for Williams. That one she didn't need the net. Put some spin on it and goes to the right side. I don't think Sims was ready. 14-8. And another chance for Williams. This time, back line too strong. And the errors will end a run on that serve, 14-9. The Cardinals still within 5, still well within striking distance on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. As Cedar Hopkins will go back to serve. Sends one up and over, back row played up by Peterson. Up to Tripp, she'll send one to Emma, who frees one across. Up to Yamauchi, she'll set it into the middle where Patterson blocked at the net, punches it back over. Hannah Peterson gets it to Tripp, near side, tipped at the net, and double hit by Patterson on trying to get it over as it was tipped to her. Britlin Hubbard coming up with the kill. Her third kill, 15-9. 6-point edge for the Dragons. Ball served back row to Sims. Yamauchi sets it to the far side. Patterson sits one short and out of the reach of Hubbard. Lexi Patterson says, I'm not going to double hit it this time, and Yamauchi gets another assist due to that. 15-10. Cardinals hitting double digits for the third straight set as Ledbetter once again goes back to serve. Skips her way forward and lines one back row. Played up into the air by Emma Peterson. Set to the net, and it'll be Hubbard to free one across. Myers, good pop up. Yamauchi clean pass into the far side where Sims top spins one over, but Hubbard there for the pass. Tripp, near side Hubbard again. She'll top spin one, but Sims there to keep it alive for Soda. Over to the far side to Sims again. Tipped at the net, but down. Katie Sims comes up with her 10th kill of the night. Another assist for Yamauchi as she gets her 15th, and the Cardinals remain within 4. 15-11, and Ledbetter back to serve. She's led several long rallies for the Cards. See if she can do it again. Short serve dug to the net, punched up into the air, and a lift is going to be called on Bayla Tripp. That's her 4th error, caused really by the serve coming from Ledbetter. It was not a clean pass to the net. Haley will get another chance to serve this one over. Looks to the up judge, lines up and runs forward. Hits one into the top of the net cords, and that puts a quick end to that service run. Second service error for Ledbetter, and it's 16-12. 11 total service errors for the Cardinals as this one served over the line, coming up too strong on that play. Britlin Hubbard, she returns the favor to the ball back to the Cardinals. They are within 3, 16-13 as Katie Franson goes back to serve. Tosses the ball high, sends one just over the net. Dug towards the net, jousted, and Patterson denies Bayla Tripp with a reach over stuff. Her 4th kill, 16-14, and the Cardinals within 2. And excuse me, they're going to say Patterson over the net. So the error on Patterson makes it 17-13. As the officials making the call there. And back to serve Emma Peterson. Line serve back row. Ledbetter to Yamauchi. Sets up Sims in the middle. Denied at the net, but out of bounds as Williams was there again. But Sims played it well, and Sims picks up her 11th kill. The Cardinals back within 3 again. 17-14. Staying close to the Dragons as Myers will run up, lines one back row. Misplayed in the back line by Peterson. She'll have a chance for a back row kill, though. Up into the air, Ledbetter gets it to Yamauchi. Sims, bar, con the back corner. Katie Sims is on fire with her 12th kill. Another assist for Yamauchi, who's got 17, and it's a 2-point match. 17-15. The Cardinals climbing back in, trying to force the 5th set. It'll be Myers over. Up into the air goes Emma Peterson. Into the back row. She'll have a chance. Soft kill. Myers bumps it into the air. Yamauchi back into the back row again as Hopkins reaches in front of Ledbetter to try and hit that one. That's Ledbetter's ball. If it's going back there, she's coming up on it. Hopkins retreating on it, and the error gives the Dragons another chance to hit. 18-15. The ball served over. Bump towards the net. It'll be Yamauchi setting it up for Hopkins this time to the back row where Tripp bumps it forward. It'll be Hannah to set the one up, but it's tipped across and clayed by the Cardinals. Man, this time it's Hopkins who hits one into the net. Doesn't even need to be blocked by Williams. Hopkins starting to struggle. Back-to-back errors on attempts for kills. 19-15. And it's a 4-point edge for the Dragons as, again, the ball served over by Hannah. Ledbetter to the rafters, bumped by Yamauchi and set for Ledbetter, who goes back row. Played forward. Tripp bumps it near side for Hannah Peterson over the net and somehow drops it down. They're going to call a net violation, though, on Cedar Hopkins instead of the kill. 3 net violations on Cedar Hopkins now in this match, as it's now 20-15. The Dragons pulling away. 5-point lead as Ledbetter goes back row. Bump forward. Tripp sets it up for Malad near side. Hannah Peterson, hard kill right off of the side of the face of Bartholomew. and Hannah Peterson continues her hot run. 10 straight without an error, 14 total kills. To trip to serve, high serve, short serve, bumped up towards the net, jousted for, and this time a point to the Dragons, excuse me, as it's going to be blocked back to the Cardinals side. They'll give an ace to trip on that one, as they'll say it didn't get over. Thought a Dragon might have been into the net, but they say no, and it makes it 22-15 now. Ball served up into the net this time, as Bayla Tripp gets the ball back over to the Cardinals with her 4th service error, and it's 22-16. Katie Sims to serve for the Cardinals, needing a run. Trying to get back into this match and back into this set, down by 6. She'll skip her way forward and lines one back row off of Hannah Peterson. Up into the air goes the play of Tripp, and a free ball comes over. Played to Yamauchi. She sets it up for Hopkins, goes to the left side. Diving save by Tripp as Williams sets it up for a standstill kill attempt coming from Peterson. And Hannah Peterson again with a kill for her 15th. Sammy Williams gets her first assist of the night, and it's 2 points away from closing out the match for the Dragons, 23-16. Stepping into another one, Hannah Williams, back row, played up by Bartlome, far side, Ledbetter comes up, goes cross court, up into the air though, clean save into the air by Hannah Peterson. Off the block goes Hubbard. Sims goes for the Cardinals as Myers sets it towards the net and it's tipped over, but a lift is called on Ledbetter. An easy call for the officials there, and she knew it as she dropped her head. Makes it set point and match point, 24-16. Peterson to serve, lines one up and over. Dug up by Ledbetter. Yamauchi sets this one up for Ledbetter, into the block and down onto the Cardinals side. A fitting way to end it as Sammy Williams gets her 9th block of the match to close this one out, 25-16 in the final set. The Cardinals push the Dragons to 4 sets though, 25-9, 21-25, 25-16, 25-16 in their first district match of the year. A good start for the Cardinals, but they look to improve as we'll take a break and come back with your post-game show on KVRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center, Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you. Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the Malad Dragons on KVRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. The Soda Springs Cardinals pushed the Dragons, but the Dragons pushed right back, taking it 3-1 on KVRV 800 The Bear. In the opening district matchup for these two teams, but again, the Cardinals, a fantastic job pushing the Dragons, and that was after a very rocky start. I wasn't sure how the Cardinals were going to bounce back from it. They lost the first set 25-9 in an absolute drubbing by the Dragons. There's no pretty way to put it. 11 team errors by the Cardinals, plus plenty of good hits coming from the Dragons, and they ended up rolling to that 25-9 first set victory. Then in set number 2, though, the Dragons started making the mistakes, and the Cardinals started capitalizing on them. And when you say, oh, the only way that they were able to come away with the win was the fact that the Dragons were making mistakes, yes and no. You still have to take advantage of that. You still have to play good volleyball in order to take those mistakes and use them to your credit, and you still have to get the ball over to their side. And they win the second set 25-21. 1-1 apiece. The Cardinals then moved on, and the third and the fourth sets were much more in the Dragons' favor. In the middle of those sets, Cardinals played well early, played well late, but errors started to again haunt them, and the Dragons took advantage of those mistakes, 25-16, 25-16 to close out this set. And the Cardinals will move to 6-2 on the season, 0-1 in District 5 play. But again, a very solid performance by Soda Springs here tonight in this broadcaster's opinion when you look at just growing a team and moving them forward. As for your final stats, the Dragons finished with 35 kills on the night, 19 errors, again showing a couple of chinks in their scales, and the Cardinals will look to try and take advantage of that when the Dragons come to Soda Springs next year, or next month. Also, service-wise, 9 aces, 10 serve errors for the Dragons, 26 total assists, 25 of those from Bayla Tripp, 12 blocks. That's the big key for the Cardinals, is figuring out how to get the ball past Sammy Williams at the net. 9 blocks. That gives her our blocker of the game, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, where they have all of your prescription needs. While you're there, visit their gift shop for the perfect surprise for that special someone. That's Bear Lake Drug, the small town pharmacy that gives you world-class service. On the Cardinals side, they were led on the night by Katie Sims in kills, 12 kills for her, 6 kills for Haley Ledbetter, 3 kills for Lexi Patterson with 4 errors, 1 kill apiece for Cedar Hopkins and Katie Franson for 23 total kills. Another big thing to look at, they did have 28 hitting errors on the night. That's another spot to improve on if you're the Cardinals. You cannot be giving a team like the Dragons points like that. On the serves, another problem. 5 aces to 11 service errors on the night for the Cardinals. And 21 assists, 17 of those from Reagan Yamauchi. 7 total blocks, 2 for Lexi Patterson, 3 for Cedar Hopkins, and 2 for Katie Franson. Cardinals will look to bounce back later on. We have one more piece to get to in our post-game show. That's your set of the game, brought to you by Stoddard Farms in Grace, where they remind you that September means potato time. They are going to have their Reds and Yukons hopefully available for purchase starting tomorrow. They also hope to have russets available for purchase on Monday, September 19th. All updates can be viewed at StoddardFarms.com. Your setter of the game is going to be Bayla Tripp, 25 assists for a freshman. She played very strong, and the Cardinals will look to try and figure out how to attack her more often when they head to Soda Springs to take on this same Dragons team. We have one thing to get to. That's our sports update. That's with Alexa Horsley for the Soda Springs cross-country team. We'll chat with her right now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Kayla Bergraff joined now with freshman Alexa Horsley from the Soda Springs cross-country team. And 2 races in now, 3 if you count the Madison Dash and Splash. What have been your thoughts on the high school running experience, and what are some of the differences you've noticed from middle school coming up to high school?
I noticed that the workouts are a lot harder, like Monday workouts, and like you have to dedicate your time a lot more than middle school.
Thinking about what's been going on at the high school level, a very tough competition to get onto the varsity team this year. Already seeing 3 freshmen up there. Is there some drive to compete when you see that type of competition, even between the JV and the varsity?
Yeah, it's competition against your teammates. I think it makes the whole team better to see who can get on varsity. We push each other, and it makes us all better as a team.
When you think about the home meet, you ran fairly well there, 50th in that meet in the state as far as where things were, and then you've made a big jump up in the state to where things are now. What have been your thoughts on the way that you've improved so far on the season?
That last week I had a pretty rough week, and it meant a lot that I pushed forward and made that much improvement from the Cardinal Classic to the Tiger Grizz.
Do you think actually getting a full race under your belt and being able to know a little bit more about what to expect at the varsity level helped you out in that too, with having the 5K instead of the shorter race?
Yeah, I think that helped a lot. It gave me a feel of what to expect and what's coming.
What's it been like for practices so far this week and last week as well? What have been some of the things you guys have been focusing on? Has it been certain points in the race, or has it been just the overall race itself and getting into condition?
I think it's like the overall race itself and like trying to push yourself so that you know that you can do better and get faster.
Who are some of the girls that you've really looked up to as role models, being one of the freshmen coming onto this team, and who are some of the leaders that you've seen?
Alexa White has really been a real inspiration to me, like how hard that she works, and yeah, she's always been one of my role models.
Thinking about this next meet coming up, a long road trip for you guys going all the way up to Great Falls. What do you expect from this, not from the racing side, but from team building and being on a bus for that long and also having the overnight stay?
I think it'll be a lot of fun because we're already so close, but I think that it'll be a lot of fun. It's just like hanging out with your friends for a couple of days, and I think it'll be really fun.
Are you excited to see some fresh teams too, some that you haven't seen before?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited to see how what the turnout is.
What are your expectations for yourself at this meet and also for the season?
I hope to get better, like bump up, get a little bit closer to varsity, hopefully get on the varsity spot at least once before the season ends, but it's just how it all works out.
Are there any goals that you've set for yourself for your career in high school as well, or have you not even thought about that to this point in time and just kind of been taking it freshman year?
Just kind of taking it freshman year. I've known that it's so hard to get on varsity, but I'm just going to have to wait until it's my time to go up to varsity.
Well, Lex, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us, and good luck as you continue on through the season.
Yeah, thank you.
That was our interview with freshman Alexa Horsley from the Soda Springs Cardinals cross-country team, as they're going to be heading up to Great Falls, Montana on Friday for a cross-country meet. We'll hopefully have updates for that during the football game when the Soda Springs Cardinals head to the American Falls Beavers. Time to look ahead at what's coming up next for us tomorrow night. We're going to be right back on air with these Lady Cardinals as they head to Marsh Valley to take on the Eagles. We'll be on air at 6:40 with the pregame show, 7 o'clock the opening serve, and after that, we have football at 6:30 and 7 o'clock on Friday night as the Cardinals take on the Beavers. That'll wrap things up for us here. Until next time, let's go Cardinals. Let's go Caribou County.
Another game is in the books, and we would like to thank you for tuning in and supporting Caribou County Volleyball on KBRV 800 The Bear. This broadcast has been brought to you by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
Be sure to visit MyLocalRadio.com for archived versions of this and other games, as well as updates and interviews with local teams throughout the school year. And don't forget to join us for our next broadcast of Caribou County Volleyball on KBRV The Bear and online with live video streaming at MyLocalRadio.com.